Think about your daily routine, the items you put in your grocery cart, the digital services you pay for each month. You likely believe these choices belong entirely to you. But look closely at your bank statements. $9 here, $14 there. These small, frictionless numbers are designed to bypass your attention while silently draining your hard-earned income. The moment you step into a store or open an app, your conscious decision-making shuts down. You are operating on autopilot inside a meticulously crafted psychological simulation. Behavioral neuroscientists and data engineers design these environments using blueprints specifically tuned to bypass your logical defenses. The ultimate objective of this coordinated architecture is to quietly strip away your financial independence and ensure you never truly own anything ever again. Just a few decades ago, the economy operated on a very different baseline. When you purchased a physical record, a tool, or a piece of software, the transaction was final. The item was yours. That permanent ownership gave consumers a powerful advantage. You could keep an asset for 30 years, sell it, or pass it down, all without paying another cent. You had financial leverage. Inside modern corporate boardrooms, this consumer independence was identified as a severe liability. A customer who only pays once is a customer who cannot generate infinite quarterly growth. To guarantee permanent revenue, executives realized that adjusting price tags wouldn't be enough. They needed to engineer a system that exploited the deepest layers of human biology. For hundreds of thousands of years, the human brain operated in environments of extreme scarcity. To keep you alive, evolution hardwired a powerful dopamine reward system that triggers the moment you consume rare, dense calories like sugar, salt, and fat. Today, that environmental scarcity is gone.
We live in an era of absolute caloric abundance, yet your ancient survival hardware continues to execute the exact same outdated code. Major food conglomerates saw an opportunity in this biological mismatch. They replaced traditional chefs with bioengineers to explicitly target and exploit those primitive reward pathways. This chart maps the concentration of these ingredients. Where sugar, salt, and fat intersect is a classified formula called the Bliss Point. Notice what happens at that peak. The chemical spike overrides the hormones telling your body it's full, breaking your natural satiety signals. That heavy guilt you feel when you sit down and empty a family-sized bag of processed food is completely misplaced. You are trying to use human willpower to fight a biological algorithm engineered by corporate supercomputers. Retail architecture transforms the physical store into a deliberate behavioral maze, moving the manipulation from the product to the space itself. There is a strict corporate mandate dictating that raw essentials like milk and eggs must sit at the absolute furthest corners of the building. This forces you to walk past hundreds of feet of highly profitable, visually stimulating trigger items. By the time you navigate this gauntlet, your brain is suffering from clinical decision fatigue. The constant visual processing and impulse control completely drains your prefrontal cortex of its defensive energy. Then comes the final choke point. Right when your exhausted mind is starved for a quick hit of glucose, you are trapped standing still next to racks of hyper-processed, high dopamine rewards. The retail layout prioritizes behavioral extraction over convenience. It is built from the ground up to exhaust your mental defenses right before you reach for your wallet. Tech economists in Silicon Valley studied these physical retail exploits and recognized they could apply the exact same behavioral science to digital software and media. They understood that the human brain possesses a built-in financial pain response. If you are asked to hand over $1,200 upfront for a professional tool, your brain immediately registers it as a significant threat to your resources. The exploit relies on simple division. By breaking that large cost down into a $29 monthly fee, the friction vanishes. Your brain perceives the threat as harmless. This chart shows a one-time $1,200 purchase against a $29 monthly subscription over 10 years. While the asset cost is fixed, the subscription forces you to pay 3 times the original price for a product you will never own. They packaged this lifetime rental model as a matter of convenience, quietly conditioning the public to accept a system of perpetual financial dependency. This infinite rental blueprint did not stay confined to digital servers. It has aggressively metastasized out of your screens and directly into your physical reality. Modern luxury automakers are currently installing physical heated seats into vehicles on the assembly line. but locking that built-in hardware behind a monthly software paywall. You own the car, but you must rent its functions. Now, the trap is expanding to the most critical asset of all. Massive institutional investment funds are systematically acquiring thousands of single-family suburban homes across the country. Their documented objective is to transition the housing market away from private home ownership and replace it with a centralized, corporate-managed rental landscape. When a society rents its media, licenses its transportation, and leases its housing, it possesses zero leverage. The population is reduced to baseline tenants in their own lives. These two industries, processed food and digital finance, utilize identical behavioral exploits to achieve a singular outcome. One drains your metabolic health using the Bliss Point, while the other drains your financial equity through subscriptions, ensuring you have neither the energy nor the capital to escape the loop. It creates a punishing daily cycle. You wake up chemically exhausted by engineered diets, leaving your brain desperate to seek out immediate, highly stimulating artificial comforts just to get through the day. That continuous state of low physical energy shatters your long-term focus. It completely neutralizes your capacity to engage in the deep, critical thinking required to challenge complex financial contracts or manage mounting subscription debt. When engineered brain fog and chronic decision fatigue meet the total loss of private equity, the capacity for resistance disappears. This biological and financial exhaustion creates a population that is involuntarily compliant, focused only on maintaining the baseline of their next payment. But this entire structure relies exclusively on your blind participation. The moment you see the mathematical architecture of the trap, you neutralize its psychological hold over you. Refuse the algorithm. Refuse the compliance. Subscribe to this channel right now because we are going to continue exposing every layer of their playbook until you reclaim your autonomy.